So, I wanted to record this. This is a game called Metaphor refantazio. It is a game I've had for over a year now. We're doing a new game plus run. I am going to try to not curse. I tried recording this before, and I couldn't stop cursing, and I want to be able to show this at work. Even though the group will probably be limited due to the graphic material within this game. But let's give it a shot.
I trust this will suffice.
Oh, I
God
was about to
smiles
have a
upon
heart
the
attack.
generous. Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar!
Yeah, no, if you could have guessed it, this is going to be a very heavy and
A land
political.
grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one.
Oh.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same.
Uh-oh. Oh man, watch out.
Your kingdom will perish alongside you.
Not old man Jenkins. Oh, amazing grace. How sweet.
By my
the
hand.
sound.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt, without an heir to wear the crown. What will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence!
Who could do this? Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
It could be
Luis.
Griffith 2.0.
A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
I wonder. But yeah, no, if you couldn't tell, that will be the villain for the evening. That is Louise. He is what I call Griffith 2.0. If you read or heard of Berserk, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I will say there is going to be some gore. There are going to be political talks of politics and religion. There will be shots fired at religious structures. Or more like religious structures. Best way from it. Oh dear God.
Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight. Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world pique your interest? Pardon my curiosity, but would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are. The one who meets my eyes across a strange threshold.
My name for this shall be Dante. Dante is the name of the channel, and it's also just a favorite name
A
of
most
mine.
unusual name. One I've never heard in our world. Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours. It is a curious thing that in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold. Or to put it another way, this is a fantasy. But can it truly be dismissed as something so far removed from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation?
So, we will get into this a lot later in the game, but I would not say fantasy is a powerless creation. I am of the belief that fantasy and imagination are some of the most powerful driving forces humanity has ever known or created. And I also believe that a lot of the problems we're facing right now are due to societal structures being made in such a way that it curbs any form of idealism or hope, which are things born from fantasy. If you hope for something, you want there to be a better world. That is, in of itself, a fantasy. It is up to you, however, to attempt to make it true.
More than wishful thinking, more than fiction. Something capable of affecting the realities beyond its bounds. This must be what you believe. I confess, my own answer still eludes me. But consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality. Perhaps the story about to unfold before you will tell us. I'm thoroughly invested now myself, so let this tale begin.
So, the last time I tried to record this, I was against doing regicide because I was worried about what would be carried over. Some of the things we have are broken. We are not going to like this. It's gonna be fun, but
Looks
it's also
like we're in
gonna
the
be
clear.
difficult.
The capital's just through this desert.
Is it true then? The king is dead. Aye, and the guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them.
Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories.
To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming. Mark my words. That much is certain.
What's the problem?
They're bandits!
Come on, let's see some respect for the militia! Us folk, we're commoners! No crown or church will save us!
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is a little tribute. You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
An igniter? How did they get one of those?
Come on, come on! Hey, keep it moving! Hurry it up! Next one! Huh? Look at you! What have we got here? He's an elder! So he is. No horns, no knife is. Filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, what's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy. Hold it! Should have listened to us, chum. Now fall in line! Unless you want to get stuck like a...
You drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
Stand aside!
Ugh, this place already feels like a death trap. You hear all that stuff about Lord Luis saving us? Hey, you okay? You still got all your limbs attached?
I'm fine.
Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
Yeah, could have gone worse. Are you alright?
Are you alright?
Been worse. And from the sounds of it, you're about the same. You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right? The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back. Think we'll make it?
Oh. You don't look hurt though, so that's good news. You can move, right? I'm thinking we should find a place where we can see the whole area.
Let's go. Stop!
Wait, I'm sensing something close up there.
Watch out!
Yeah, those look dangerous, so watch out.
Okay? Watch out!
Book it like a track star.
Look!
Huh. I sighed.
Just checking, but you do remember what we're here to do, right?
Leave it to me.
You say that, but let's go over it one more time. First, we get to the royal capital and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs or we die. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Right.
Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier. Look! Over there!
Oh, shoot. Hey, look, that's a road, isn't it? What a relief. Grand Trad is already inside.
Let's go.
Almost there. Let's keep moving and try to stay.
Got a sec? Watch out!
Nyum. Medicinal
I
herb.
don't like this.
Medicinal herb.
Looks like we lost him.
Nyum.
Huh?
Uh-oh, this is bad.
Not good! Run for it!
Run!
This land of 8 tribes and 3 nations, all blessed by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Uchronia. The year is 785. Uchronia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built. By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
I'm not even gonna try and read that because it just goes too quickly.
Whoa, just look!
Whoa.
Get on with it then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Please! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead!
Yeah!
There's no way that crowd was going to listen to anything a Paribus said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin? Bless you.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Careful!
hurry.
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid! Look, we're not tourists here. We gotta stay focused.
Right.
You noticed back on the wagon? You might be the only Elder here, in the whole city even.
So, I'm going to go ahead and explain things as they
Capital's
come along.
incredible. Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside. Not that it's very balanced. I see more Plamars and Roussants than anyone else. which means a dopey Elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
Shh, careful who hears you say that.
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Sounds like monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending the guard out to deal with them. The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had Count Luis at the helm, I'll tell you that much.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
We'd not have to ask if the prince was still alive.
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
We've done all in our power, but not even the kingdom's best. The saint could purify this affliction.
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse. How much longer can his body hold out? No doubt his highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed his highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
Hey, are you listening? Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close. Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high-stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers.
So? Whatever will I do?
So, things I need to explain. I think for now I'm just going to explain 4 of the 9 tribes we have met. I know the game said 8, but there's actually 9. So we have our tribe, which are Elbas, and they are the most human-like of the tribes, and we are hated religiously. Yeah, no, there's a lot of religious persecutions when it comes to Eldas, and that actually got our queen killed by the main religion here when they attacked the Eldas for seemingly no reason. And though most of the population doesn't really know that. Then you have the ones with the horns, which are called Clemars. And they are most of the nobility, they're the posh people. And they also take up most of the population of Uchronia. The other tribe that takes up most of the population of Uchronia are the Rosans, which are the knife-eared people. And much like Clemars, they do have some
terribly unfair.
Like stations in nobility, but for the most part, they're a warrior tribe. Then you have the Parapus, which are those with
Whatever will I do?
dog or canine or feline appearances or traits like ears and tail, and they make up a good majority of the poor. To the point where I would like to kind of talk about a earlier scene.
Ugh, come off it.
There was a carapace being hanged for misusing an igniter. Now, an igniter is a conduit for magic, which is fueled by magma in the air. Magma is basically the source for all magic. And they're also very expensive. There is no way a carapace would have been able to get their hands on an igniter. More than likely, what happened was that guy was killed as a scapegoat for either a Resant or, more likely, a Clemar misusing the igniter and then throwing it onto the carapace to absolve themselves of blame. Which, fuck it. I did not mean to curse. I accidentally hurt myself. I apologize. Which isn't like uncommon in the real world. But anyways, why is one of your kind here in Grand Elda? Is there a problem with me being here? Isn't it obvious? The church has made it clear. The Elda wield devilish magic that defies the teaching of sanctity. Devilish magic, she says. If you were so magical, I doubt you'd have it so hard. She's aggravating, but let's not cause a scene. But yeah, no, word to the wise, this game has a lot of political messaging and deals heavily with racism. Whether actually based on a person's skin or due to religious persecution and other such stereotypes. You have to believe me. I saw it with my own two eyes. A monster was attacking the town, and come now, if any of that were true, the army would have already been dispatched. Enough with your death.
That's terribly unfair.
But yeah.
Idiot peasants.
Filthy tribes. Oh god.
That's terribly unfair.
But what is there to do now?
That was no ordinary animal. There were traces of something gargantuan crawling about after all. So many rumors concerning monsters in the wasteland. Why, it's all you hear about these days.
Not what I expected.
True, but I read about them in Julian's book. Claims that there aren't any near the royal.
That's terribly unfair.
I will say,
that's terribly
these
unfair.
are another tribe, the Ishika, which, while not as high up as, say, Clemars or Rusand, they are still very useful and tend to be engineers.
What's going on?
Or educated people in general.
Oi!
Here we are, Grand Trad. Frankly, I don't have good things to say for how Carapace are treated here. We know we don't need you telling us we got attacked by a monster. our home.
Oh.
We had no choice but to come here. Regardless of how we're treated here, we gotta make
What's
it work.
going on?
Well met, eh?
But yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Oi! Just can't stand it.
Until a few years ago, Gauntlet Runners used to park here in this carriage parking area. Looking at them was the only thing I looked forward to, but nowadays there's a ban on them. A ban or a restriction. Two entirely different things. Two entirely different.
Elden rubbish.
Damn.
Simply
Look over there,
amazing.
you can see the royal palace. No, wait, that's not right. That's where the Grand Cathedral is. At least I assume so, since it's often named.
And what is it?
Seems to me, sanctism is the really privileged thing around here. Even more so than the monarchy. You're not wrong.
So you?
An Elder, huh? Pretty unusual in these parts. Oh, not trying to be rude, just find yourself. Appreciate the advice. Yeah, be careful or they'll get you too, just like all us parents.
Damn.
You little bastard,
The soul of
you.
a driver. How long will this take? Can't help but notice we passed the recruitment center back there. I bet I could register for the army faster than this carriage can exit the city. So hurry it up before I put a bounty on your horse.
If I may.
Now, sir, please have patience. With the royal funeral approaching, foot traffic is at an all-time high. Then walk. Jesus.
Here. An elder? Here?
My skin is so itchy.
Look at that. The new model's out now. I could be out there slinging spells like a master if I had one of those.
Could be.
I guess that's the big city for you. Everyone and their mother has a magic igniter. So many different types, too.
I'm gonna get some water. I'm not really interested in igniters, though. Something about them just feels off.
Not really my thing.
You're not even a little interested? This is military-grade stuff, right? Can't imagine what it's like having to wave around some shiny stick to use magic. Me? I can whip out magic anytime I like. And I can even see the magla in the air. Though, I'm not exactly an archmage.
Wonders never cease. A fairy and an elden child. Are you new to our fair city? Well, I suggest you keep a low profile. Trust me when I say you don't want to catch the eyes of the lords and ladies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I run this humble shop. Are you in the market for an igniter? Here's something that might catch a foreigner's eye. This is modeled after the royal scepter and would make the perfect souvenir.
I'm back, but I'm gonna have to pause it for now because my time is being wasted. Hello, we're back. Yeah, the Royal Sifter. It's basically an igniter on steroids, and it can do a lot of stuff. Supposedly.
The Royal Scepter?
You've really never heard of it? Wow. Where do I even start?
A symbol and instrument of the crown's sovereignty, passed down through generations. If you believe the legends, it houses incredible magic, world-shattering power. More practically, you might call it the world's most potent magic igniter. And in the king's hands, it was enough of a deterrent to stave off invasion.
Now he's dead, with no living heir either.
Tragic, isn't it? Kingly magic is of little use without a king. You picked a bad time to visit, boy. I don't know why you're here, but there's trouble brewing.
Right, kingly magic has no use without a king, but what good use is a king who doesn't have the ear of his people?
I'll keep that in mind.
A word of caution, then. Your survival is your own responsibility.
Well, that was unnecessarily ominous. She has a point, though. We'll need to be careful. Anyway, we don't have time to hang around chatting with the locals. We've got a recruitment office to find.
Let's head there.
Nope. Sorry, I had to check on something real quick. Anyway.
This is a joy!
Do the Kaon Magic Association's igniters have to be so damn expensive? So I suppose all magic igniters are pretty costly. I hear you, mate. Maybe I'll lodge a complaint with the shop. You know, like I did at the exchange earlier. I hate people like that, honestly. I joined the army because I looked up to Lord Louise, but now I get my I'm not sure if I could say that word when it comes to work. I'm gonna say rear-handed to me if I so much as mention it. What's the state army gonna do now? We can't find any decent recruits given the messy state of things currently.
You are?
Oh, the recruitment place? Go down the street towards the cathedral and be on the building. It'll be the building on the left. You look into it. Don't make assumptions. You looking to enlist as a soldier? Not like there's other work for Eldas, I guess. Oh, you think you're better than the grime of Sunshade Row you crawled out of? You're in for a rude awakening, boy.
Give it a food, I say. Who else can it be?
I wonder if it's still racism if the persecution is caused by religious ideology. I was hoping that we'd blend in with the crowd and no one would have noticed that you're an Elder, but the people here have sharper eyes than I thought. We don't want to draw attention, but hiding your tribe is only going to make it worse. People may insult you, but do your best to stay calm. Easier said than done, I'm sure, but it's for the sake of the mission. And on that note, the recruitment center we're looking for should be just ahead.
What are you playing at?
Really now?
Recruitment center? What, you want to enlist or something? It's just down the road if that's the case. But an Elba enlisting? Bloody hell, what it'll be next. Wouldn't be in such a sorry state if Louise was in power. The math on this guy. If we weren't focused on saving the prince, I'd give him a piece of my mind. But let's just grin and bear.
What are you playing at?
Ugh.
You there?
Young man, might I interest you in our shop's wares? This is no ordinary Mastari shop.
Hey, sorry.
We're actually in the middle of something. We've got to do something at the recruitment center. The recruitment center? If you're lost, it's the large building down the street and to the left. Stop by when you have time.
No.
I do business here all the time, so if you're in the area, do stop by. But yeah, Mastari are another tribe who... there isn't much known about them because of religious differences between the Mastari and Sanctism, which is the national, religion.
Dear me!
And much like the Elda, the Mastari are treated very horribly by Sancts.
That must be the recruitment center. I'll let you take it from here. It should be pretty straightforward. Oh, and if they start asking questions, just be as honest as you can. Lying will only make us more suspicious. So long as you don't compromise the mission, you're fine.
Thanks,
Good luck in there. Knock 'em dead.
I said it before, but Gallica reminds me of a mother or sister figure to the main character. He's always kind of upbeat and encouraging him. Not to say that people shouldn't ship them, but I don't really see a romantic relationship there. But that's just me. And yes, people do ship the normal-sized human character.
Okay, you got this.
With a fairy.
A blue blood, are you? The army's no place for velvet-swaddled lordlings. Why are you here? Perhaps your noble family collapsed under its own weight. Is that it?
Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's worth. I'm looking to enlist. Is that enough for you or not?
An uppity one, aren't you? Fine, lordling. Welcome to the Guard, where it'll be your privilege to die screaming and bloody in service of your country. But mark my words, war will turn your arrogance to piss. When your corpse is plucked from the mud, do try to look patriotic.
Rousing words, Captain. You think threats will buy loyalty? No wonder nobody respects the Guard anymore. But I'm here now, so perhaps the kingdom isn't a lost cause.
Insolent pup! You will learn your place.
Don't. The healers have enough on their plates already.
Be gone, and be thankful you're still in one piece. All right, next. Hurry it up. An elder? I thought your kind was long gone. Age 18. An orphan, too. The army can always use more of those. So, what brings you to enlist?
I want to fight for actual change. If I actually had the ability and opportunity to join the military, that would be the reason I would do it. Obviously, I can't, but...
I want to fight for real change.
Lofty words for a gutter rat with an empty coin purse,
Well,
no?
not change
So, what can you
necessarily,
bring
but
to our beloved corps? Any skills to speak of?
more to keep my country safe, and that's the closest thing to that. So I prefer a lot of the magic-based equipment, so...
I've got a sharp mind.
Yes, you and every unschooled troglodyte. Right, last order of business. Make your mark or sign your name if you're actually literate.
I wonder if he's related to Principal Nonek. We're gonna give him the canonical name of Will. Short for William.
You know your letters, do you? We'll get some use out of you yet. All right, lad. Welcome to the Guard.
Yes!
I'm sure you heard about the monster sightings, so stay sharp out there. We're short-handed as it is, so be a good lad and try not to get killed on your first deployment. You can pick up your kit at reception. Standard issue guardsman armor and igniter. Kingdom property, so if you break it, it's coming out of your commission. On your way now. Up to. Next!
Thank you, sir. What a long line. Guess we've got no choice but to wait our turn. I will say, during my first playthrough of this game, I didn't get much use out of the igniters because it was easy mode. So hopefully with Regicide, I'll be using them a lot more because they do kind of look cool.
What's the world coming to?
I came to enlist because I heard you can make a quick read here, but they really make you work alongside creepy Elda. A Parapus I can work with, but Elda are outright ominous. Ominous. Where'd you hear that? God's own scriptures, that's where. Guess you can't expect an Elda to know anything. Let him say what he wants. Fighting someone like him would just be a waste of energy.
Oi there!
Oh. They said tribe doesn't matter in the army, but they'll probably put me up front as a meat shield. Not that I can find better work. Wish I could serve Count Louise. His army's built on merit, so even a parapet stays a chance. Either we fight and die in the army, or as specimens for igniter experiments.
Whatever.
You're so young, are you enlisting too? Well, not much choice if you don't have money or a job. The Reeve makes the world go round, as it were. You want a magic igniter? Join the queue. Cutting's only gonna get you chewed out. And I'll ask.
Whoa.
You enlisting as well? The line starts behind me. Or was there something else you needed? Are you really a noble? I take it you overheard my interview? Yeah, guilty as charged. I am a noble, but just a countryside son of a lord. My family is of no real consequence.
Well,
let's just say I have my own secrets. I'm volunteering to fight in order to protect the kingdom, foolish or not. Join the queue. But yeah, no,
I heard they get sightings.
it's always religion people use to justify the most heinous of action. Guess it's because it's so easy.
what of those huge monsters? You think that's why we're low on soldiers? Wish they'd have told us that. What do they call them? Something like, human...
Next!
Interesting.
Another Clamar. Wait. No. You don't look like the others. Surely not. An elder? It's the first of your kind I've seen.
Move it! There's a priority around here. We're arming squires and children with igniters now. We've wasted good gear. It's better off in my hands. Give it here.
Brute force and crude insults. The world is yours for the taking.
Care to say that again, boy?
We all have our reasons to enlist. Now get back in line.
Oh, another high and mighty Clamar, is it? You think your pretty words will measure up to pure Rousseau strength?
Oh, forget the tribes. This is a matter of pride. Now, you owe us both an apology.
Come on, no fighting in the ranks.
Sorry for making a scene. You all right?
I'm fine. There's always a few in every batch. Thank you.
Thanks. You didn't have to do that.
Just felt like stepping in. Don't worry about it. Well, see you around. Try not to die out there.
Don't make my job any harder, please. Here, your igniter.
Sorry about that, sir.
These days, most come with their own magna crystals. So with practice, anyone can use magic. To an extent, anyway. It's not the sort of thing you can master in a day. For now, newbies like you best focus on surviving. And take this too. Protect it with your life.
Wow, that's a real map. It's dangerous to even chart the wilds, but this is full of details. Only the military could pull this together.
Listen up, striplings. My name is Captain Klinger, and as of this moment, you miserable lot are under my command. I'm sure you've all heard about our forces being tied up with the funeral proceedings for His Majesty. But if you think you're on cushy security detail, think again. First, you will be deployed to a fortress at the northern border, where you will be trained into true guards. Our veterans there will teach you the one thing you need to master if you're to survive. Pain.
Perfect. That's exactly where our contacts hold up.
Enjoy tonight's sleep, because it's the last full night's rest you'll get. Dismissed!
Look at all the other recruits. They really are desperate for new blood.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I know you don't know what our contact looks like yet, but he'll know you by your sword. He'll also know right away why we've come. And don't worry, I'll recognize him. Well, the charming captain is probably right. We should get some rest before tomorrow. Hey. You awake?
Morning already.
Is it morning already?
Does it look like morning? Look, I just have a lot on my mind. Can't seem to fall asleep. I'd heard about what it was like in the capital, but still. When you hear and see all this prejudice out in the open, it's a lot. You okay?
Never gets any easier.
It never gets easier.
Yeah, I could tell. 'Cause 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 I could tell. 'C Try to put it behind you, okay? Some people are even saying it's the lesser tribe's fault that the monsters are showing up at all. These are the same kind of people who burned down your village, remember?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but still, the prince was kind to take you in. He cared more about who you were than what you were. I can see why you'd want to repay him. Oh, speaking of, he's the one who gave you that book, right? Can I see it?
Sure.
Sure, I guess.
I gotta say, I've been curious. Thanks. It's what you call a fantasy story, right? So it's a fantasy world made up by the author. The prince loved those kinds of stories. Okay, let's see. It says the young traveler was amazed by the world he saw. In this world, there is only one tribe. All people accept each other, and no soul is born into discrimination. Wow. So not even any fairies? I guess less differences means less to argue over. In such a world, there is no need for sorcery. A megapolis is built through learning and labor. Towers of glass that reach the heavens. Safe nights with no dark shadows. Busy streets well traveled. And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal. Whoa. I see. No magic, no tribal conflict, and equality for all? It really does sound like a fantasy, but it's strange to feel envious of a fictional world.
I would like to point out that she mentions with less differences means there's less to argue over. I would argue it's the exact opposite. So, small scale example. My dad is of the belief that every school, public or otherwise, should have a school uniform. I am of the belief that wouldn't really solve anything. And he said, well, it would solve bullying. People wouldn't bully based on your clothes. And I was like, they would go after way worse. Because instead of bullying you for your clothes, now they're going to bully you for your haircut, your hair color, your eye color, your weight. The more you make people look the same, or the more they appear the same, the more the differences stand out, and the more people are going to want to make you miserable for being different from them. Take it from a guy, like, I didn't have to deal with that despite being special needs, because A, in Texas, we don't really mess around with that stuff, and B, more importantly, I was a big guy. I could throw my weight around if I wanted to. And it's kind of a problem at work, actually, because I have a short temper. As the people I work with, sometimes all it takes is just a build-up of things, and I lose it. And it's actually kind of scary from the outside looking in, because I'm a big dude. Even though I would never want to actually hurt anybody, if a lion roars at you out of like a burst of anger and doesn't actually intend to hurt you, you're still gonna be scared, because that's a big predator that could actually harm you. But yeah, no, if you haven't guessed it, this book and what they mean by fantasy. So this book they're talking about is a more fantastical re-envisioning of our world. Our world is a fantasy to them. Now, I would like to note that when we read worlds in books, or play video games, or watch TV or movies, we do the same thing, because we don't see the entirety of those worlds. We only see a curated section of it. Like in Pokemon, you don't see all of the terrible bad things that Pokemon can do in the Pokedex. It's just mentioned. You don't see racism in Pokemon. But since it's an analog of our world, more than likely, it would exist. A fantasy and reality, the line between the two can be very blurred sometimes. And oftentimes, there may be no difference at all.
Hey, are you asleep already? You know how hard it is for me to turn these pages on my own?
Hey, you woke me up in the middle of the night. What did you expect to happen?
Well, guess I'll just read more later. Good night.
Good night. I think... So, what time are we at right now? 1 hour and 4 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna end it for here for now. And I'll record more of it at another time. Sorry we didn't get into any action today, but this game can be pretty long.